Good morning. Hello. Welcome. If we could come on in. I'm hijacking the service real quick. But I knew I was in the right place and you wouldn't mind. So if we can come on in and settle down and put our phones on vibrate. So much love and joy in here. Old faces and new faces. But if we can come on in and settle in, we're going to do an opening prayer of joy and gratitude. If we can just relax, settle in. If there's any fluttering around, let it be happy butterflies. We can do that here in Unity. We can make butterflies in December. But just settling in to a joyous state of gratitude. Searching the body for some sense of Advent, anticipation. Relaxing into that with gratitude. Today is a very special day. Today, I want to speak on all of your behalves, and yours on Zoom as well, in a prayer of gratitude. In 2010, we were blessed with a goddess, a mother, a teacher, a warrior princess and a warrior queen, a midwife who has seen us through some ups and downs, celebrations. And so with open and joyful hearts, I want to invite you to just open up to this place of transition and celebration. As one more time, Reverend Dr. Ariana Platten ushers us through another transition. We give thanks and praise to the Most High. We open our minds and hearts to all that is holy and light the way for her as she transitioned into her next phase, and for us as we transition to our next phase. And with joy, thanksgiving, and gratitude, we say thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, Source, for all that we are and all that we are becoming. And so it is.
So it is. If you know the lyrics, just join me on this. Hands open to the day. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands joined as if to pray. Breathe in, breathe out. Arms reaching to the sky, then circling around down to the earth. Eyes lifted to the light, to the light. Hands like branches catching rain. Breathe in, breathe out. And rising like a stalk of grain. Breathe in, breathe out. Arms reach into the sky, then circling around down to the earth. Eyes lifted to the light, to the light. Hands open to the day. Breathe in, breathe out. And hands joined as if to pray. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Not going to cry today.
Too late.
Let's do this first before we do that. Let's take a moment of silence for Brown University and for Australia, shall we? Thank you. It's important in life that we notice the paradox. We notice when two things can be true in the same moment. And this morning is the truth of what happens in our world and the pain of that and the difficulty of that and the Advent celebration of joy happening at the same time, which seems almost impossible to reconcile. And yet that is life. That is exactly what we came to understand, that all of it exists in the same space. And we can feel all of it and be present to all of it at the same time, because we're wired that way. Which is an amazing thing, isn't it? That we can both allow love to open our hearts to pain and suffering that's happening in the world and allow ourselves to open to the joy and the blessing of the Christ consciousness rising within us, of the holiness we are, of the tremendous privilege it is to be alive as the living, walking, moving expression of the divine. So we are going to light peace, light love, and light joy. And we're going to breathe today in this space between times, in a day when we are ending and beginning, which is such an amazing place to be. I've been dancing around all week because we did it. because when I came here, we knew it would be for a period of time. We knew it wasn't forever, and we knew why. We knew I was coming just to hold the edges until such a time as a new minister could come and be one with this community, and that you guys would call a perfect match. And I believe that you have. I believe you have called a minister who is going to bring so much joy and happiness and excitement and passion and enthusiasm to what you're doing. And so I want to, before we get too far into that, which we will, I want to look back for a minute. And I want to remind you, it has been 22 months. 22 months that we have been on this journey together. That's a long time. That's since February, the end of February, beginning of March of 2024. Almost 2 years. When I said yes, I thought it'd be 6 months. Which I have to tell you is exactly what happened when I came to Unity. That is exactly what happened when I agreed the first time to serve as minister here. Because Reverend Lawrence let me know he was leaving. I came in, he let me know on that I had been here since 2005. And doing all kinds of things at the church, doing marketing and helping Lawrence and speaking occasionally and all that kind of stuff. And on the 8th of October of 2010, he came to my office at the Colorado Echo Spiritual Center and said, I need to tell you that I have given my resignation. And I was scheduled to speak that Sunday. And he had asked me several times if I would associate minister here, and I said not only no, but hell no. Hell no. I do not want to have to take care of a congregation, no. I will help you market all day long. And that's what I did. And I had been ordained in ministry in 1996. So 2026 will be 30 years of ministry. And I had never done congregational ministry to that point and did not intend to. I had done community ministry. So when he came in and told me, he said, the board just found out, and I'm warning you because they might ask you to serve. And I said, hell no. No, no, no. And then I came in and had a tremendously mystical experience that morning, something that had been lost, a medicine bag that I had done a year before was lost, and I looked everywhere for a year for it, and that morning it showed up on the desk here.
That's right. That's right. I remember that story now.
Yeah. And the prayer I had put in that in February the year before, this is October, was, what will we do next?
Wow. Dang.
So I called Lawrence at Unity Village and said, this is what happened. And he laughed and laughed and laughed. And I said, give me a different interpretation. And he said, oh, no. No, I'm not going to do that. I think you need to talk to the board. And I said, I will take that into prayerful consideration. And I did. And I spoke to the board and said I would be willing to step in for a little while you guys look for a minister. How long could that possibly last? 6 months after I started, the board, at a board meeting, asked if I would stay. And I had, again, miracle, I had intended to come in that morning and ask the board if I could apply.
Wow.
Because I was just, everything I ever did in my life led to this moment. And I loved being here. And the board said yes, and we agreed together that we would put it up for a vote to the community because it was outside the normal process to hire someone without doing all the candidating. So we had a community vote, and 97% of the community invited me to stay. And I did. So There are so many things, so many miracles that have happened that have had me here. And it's interesting to me, the bookends, that I started as an interim minister and I'm ending as an interim minister. All the miracles that have happened here for me and for my family are mind-boggling. And my favorite memory will always be my very first Sunday in 2011 when I was here by myself and Lawrence had left. And Ryan had been sick all week, and he was 6 or 7, little guy. He had been sick all week, and he was done being contagious, but he was not feeling great. And Mark needed to come with me. It was my first morning, so they sat right there, Ryan and Mark. And we brought him in a blanket because he just wanted to be held. And so we still had a big throne chair back here, which I'm so glad we've gotten rid of. But I went and sat there because I said to the board, can we get rid of that chair? Can we just put regular chairs up? And they said, oh no, you need to sit in that chair so you gain some authority. So as soon as I could, we got rid of it. But that morning, I sat up there, and Connie was playing, and Ryan came right up on the platform and crawled right up in my lap on the chair. And I sat there with him and thought, well, I guess you're going to get used to the fact that it's a family thing. And I sent him back when it was time to speak, and he walked over and got his blanket and laid his blanket right here on the step and went to sleep right here. And that was my first day, and I will still and always remember. So Ryan is 23 and just finished his master's work in Ireland right now, which gives you an idea how much life has changed and how much of my family has moved through this place. Mark has fixed everything broken, and my kids have painted curbs and mowed lawns, and we have been so blessed in all these years for all the different ways that we've been able to grow as a family and grow with you. And so this morning is particularly sweet for me. It's particularly sweet to look back at all of that, to remember how much life has passed through our family in these walls and amongst this community. When I left here in 2021, I left here, I had decided to leave in March. I let you know in March. In April, I got COVID. In May, I was on oxygen and had to have an x-ray. And the first week of June, I found out I had lung cancer. And I was leaving the end of June. So I turned in my keys on the 29th, and I had part of my lung removed on the 15th of July. So to breathe has been a very significant thing for me since that time. To recognize the power of your breath, what it is to breathe in and to breathe out. And that's what I want to talk to you about this morning. I want to talk about our breathing. I want to talk about the spaciousness of breath and about the space between now and the beginning of January and what you might do with it. But right now, as we come into this holy space together, I want to invite you to close your eyes and to actually allow your focus to be on your breath. This practice and process that brings us to life and tells us when life is complete. And yet we do it thousands and thousands of times a day and don't even notice what a miracle it is. So I invite you to take a deep breath in till your lungs expand, till your rib cage expands, till you feel yourself connect with the pelvic bowl. and then to release forcefully. To breathe in again in the same fashion. Feel your lungs expand. Feel your rib cage expand. Feel the pressure all the way down into your hips. Feel your tailbone and release. And a third time, and this time I want you to release all the way. Breathe in, expanding, 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 and release everything. And before you breathe in, notice the space. And then intentionally take a breath. Your breath, the breath we share, the air we breathe is infused with the divine. Take a few moments to welcome the holy within. You are the embodiment of that which is holy. And so it is.
Alle, alle, alleluia, 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 alleluia. So Mark and I tried to coordinate the lyrics on this, but we didn't. We ran out of time. So I'm not exactly sure. Mark, if you're back there, we'll do the first two verses and then we'll repeat the first verse if you've got it. So when Ariana was talking about what she wanted to do, I was completely flummoxed this week, and I was riffing through some old songs. I had a songbook from like the 1950s, 60s, and this song popped up, and this is actually the inverse of what we're trying to do today, right? Because we understand things. How we learn in the physical is that we understand things by their opposites, right? So this song, you will all be familiar with this song, and if you know it, please join me. Oh. When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. When you got worries, all the noise and the hurry seems to help, I know. Downtown, listen to the music of the traffic in the city. Linger on the sidewalks where the neon lights are pretty. How can you lose? The lights are much brighter there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. No finer place for sure. Downtown, everything's waiting for you. Downtown, listen to the music of the traffic in the city. We can always go downtown. And maybe you know some little place you can go where they never close. Downtown, Listen to the rhythm of the gentle bossa nova. You'll be dancing with them too before the night is over. How can you lose? The nights are much brighter there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. No finer place for sure, downtown. Everything's waiting for you. Downtown. Big key change. Here we go. Downtown. Where's the basses? Downtown. First verse again, Mark. When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. When you got worries, all the noise and the hurry seems to help, I know. Downtown. Listen to the music of the traffic in the city. Linger on the sidewalk where the neon lights are pretty. How can you lose? The nights are much brighter there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. No finer place for sure, downtown. Everything's waiting for you. Everything's waiting for downtown. Things will be great when you're downtown. No finer place for sure, downtown. Everything's waiting for you. Downtown. 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 Ooh, very nice. Very. You guys are twisted.
So this is so funny. This is so funny. So Joe, I heard Joe singing this song this morning, and I'm sitting in my office thinking, that has nothing to do with anything I said to him. It has nothing to do with anything. And all I could think was, you know, there's this restaurant Mark and I love to go to breakfast with. They go together to breakfast too. This place Mark and I like to go downtown. And we usually do that on Sunday mornings. And I was like, I can go next week. I can go downtown for breakfast. Oh, that's funny. It's always right, Joe.
I know, it's weird,
always right.
Weird. I was completely flummoxed, and I'm like, okay, what's the opposite of space?
Why this one?
You know, to fill up my life
Right.
with going downtown, you know?
Breakfast, baby. Yeah. So, when there are so many cool things that have happened here. One of the really cool things is when I started in ministry here full-time in 2011, I was already engaged in writing my dissertation. And working here changed everything. What I thought I was writing about ended up not being what I was writing about, because writing about what it was to step into ministry in a congregational setting ended up being foundational to that dissertation. And I wrote about the way we need to train ministers differently, because ministers do left brain and right brain activities all day long, and that's hard. It's tiring to go from accounting to somebody walking in the door in trauma to taking care of a staff problem to figuring out what has to happen with the building. It's left brain, right brain, right brain, left brain, right brain, right brain, right brain. And that there is very little in our ministerial training that prepares you for that need to be able to switch. So that was the foundation of my dissertation. It was powerful that I got my doctorate in 2013. I don't know that I would have pursued it if I wasn't here. I don't know that I would have continued because I was not passionate about the subject I was writing on, and I was floundering. And so when I look back at that and I think about that, I think about the sacrifice that this community made, because part of the agreement with the board was, if I'm going to finish that, I have to wait for ordination. I can't do this and do ordination at the same time. And so it was quite some time before I moved into ordination. And thank you, Linda Anthony and Richard. Linda especially for being my week-to-week coach on unity, all things unity, while I was not able to do that. The point is, during my ordination ceremony, I was ordained at University of Sedona, and a dear friend of mine lived down there. And she came to the ceremony and she brought me a gift. And the gift that she brought me was a little black pitcher, little black clay pitcher. Nothing fancy, just a little black clay pitcher. And when she handed it to me, she said, "You always have to have space in your life. You may never put anything in this pitcher. This pitcher is to remind you how important space is." So I have brought you a little gift this morning, a little bit of space to take home with you. Nothing fancy. It's of the earth, little terracotta clay place to keep your space, to remind you that space is important, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when we are born, we inhale. We are inspired. We are brought to life. We are brought to separation from our mother by our breath, to our own full embodiment in this form. And we talk a lot about that. We talk about the inspiration of God, the inspiring way we move through life, how things come to us that way, that we breathe in the holy, that this thing that is invisible between us is not really nothing, that it is the field of the divine that with every breath we take inspires us. Every single breath. But we don't talk very much about exhaling. That's kind of the thing you do afterwards, because you can only hold so much air in there. So we don't talk about the exhale. And it's possible that the exhale is more important than the inhale. So when we breathe in God and we breathe out, we don't breathe out God. We breathe out consent. The divine fills our lungs and says, "I am here." And we say, "I will take this into action. I am filled with the divine. I will move the energy of the divine. I am willing to move as the divine." Every time we exhale, we open for more inspiration. It is consent. I will take the next breath. I will take in the next inspiration, the next idea, the next concept, and I will move it, and I will move it, and I will move it. And over time, we integrate all of that inspiration into this whole being. And the more we allow the exhale, the more we make space for the inhale. Does that make sense to you? That exhaling is what happens when you stand at the beach, at the shore, and the ocean moves back. Now when the ocean moves back, you get space. You get to see things you couldn't see. There's so much that happens on that beachfront that if the water came and came and came, we would never have access to. But when our exhale happens, our lungs contract, we feel ourselves. So when you breathe, when you're stressed and you breathe, you take a breath in and then you go, whew, and the shoulders come down and the heart opens and there is space for something new. Whatever was troubling you moves out. You can see it a little clearer. Your body comes to peace. You have different insight. This process is where you are. This inhale and exhale is where we are today. We have, since 2 years ago, been inhaling all the inspiration we could get. What do we need to do to call this amazing minister? We don't want just a minister. We want somebody who is amazing. Someone who can speak, someone who is passionate, someone who has business sense, someone who has all of that. We want the whole package. And we have been breathing in everything the divine could give us. And today we exhale. We did it. We did it. You did it. Your heart wrote new vision, mission, and core values during this time. You got really clear about who you are and what you want and what you're about. You asked deep and profound questions. You held each other even through the sensitive, difficult moments, and we've had some. But you're still here, and you're still doing the work. And now, as we exhale, we get to back up a little bit and look. We have a couple of weeks of space, which is a really good thing. A couple of weeks of space to look and decide, okay, as we get ready to breathe in with this new minister, who will we be? Who will we be? Are we still the people that we were 2 years ago? No, we're not. We're all really different. A lot has happened in 2 years. So here's what I want you to remember for her. She needs space. She has never lived here. She's lived in Denver when she was little. She doesn't know how to get to the grocery store yet. She knows so little about what it is to be here. And yet she is bringing her whole heart, her whole self, already formulating ideas about what's going to happen. And your enthusiasm to get her moving in the direction you're going could be overwhelming. So I want to ask you to do me a favor and give her space. Give her a little bit of time, 90 days, right? To find her feet, to unpack her clothes, to figure out how you guys dress on Sunday so she knows what she needs to wear, to decide what direction she wants to lead, to let there be space for Spirit to inspire, to learn your names, which is a big challenge. To learn your names, learn what you do, all of that. Give her space. I invite you to come here and breathe, to exhale when you come in rather than inhale, to exhale as you invite her in rather than inhale, to exhale and feel your shoulders drop, feel yourself rest, and to trust that in that exhale, in the space that is revealed between you, that magic will appear. That something neither you nor her have imagined yet will be revealed because this is the collaboration and creation of both parties coming together. the love of this community, and her desire for a community to love. And this is led by something more than her and led by something more than you. It's led by that inspiration that you have both held for all this time. And I invite you to have space for yourself, to look at yourself, and because we have ideas about who we are and what it is ours next to do, and you might find out when you're working with Reverend Tracy that you're inspired to do something you've never been inspired to do before. That your place in community is new and different. That there's something pulling a little bit at your chest to pull you into a new experience that she is the perfect partner for. But if you make no space, you won't know that. If you stay in, I know, Spirit will simply say, cool, you know. I don't need to tell you anything, you know already. If you make space, you might find out there's something more. When Lawrence left, his last sermon was, there is something more. I don't remember any of it except those words. There is something more. But it has stayed with me all these years. There is something more than what we already know, than what we've already shared. There is something more for this community. This community is on the verge of change. And you will either be afraid of that change or you will exhale into it and allow it to be guided and allow it to open and allow it to manifest as it is waiting to do. And I want to say, I'm going to be so excited to sit around and watch you, but I'm not. I'm not watching. I'm excited for you. But it's my job not to watch now. My job when I came here was not to throw out a lot of new ideas, start new classes, do all of that. My job was to speak well enough that you would keep attending, to make sure that we had systems in place and things ran as smoothly as possible, and to care for you. That's the job of an interim minister. The job of a new minister is to bring a spark of new life. And you have called the perfect minister to do that. Right? Oompa, that's right. That's right. So, space is what I offer you. Joe, I would love if you would play a little music, and I have space for you to come and collect. And in here, I have magic stickers. This first one says, choose courage over comfort. You're just going to pick one. I have no idea what it will be, but a little inspiration for you. You can put it on your space container or not, or on your space. Well, I don't want to call it a pot, right? On your space container. Cal is our 2-year-old grandson. Mark says that's something that Cal would say. You can put it on there. You can stick it on your water bottle or your computer, wherever you want. But I think stickers are fun, and they always go to kids instead of us. And I wanted you to have some fun to carry with you. So if you will play some music and you will come up here and pick up a container and a sticker from me, that would be great. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Do not put your sticker in your space container. It's space. welcome. What's that? Yay! Morning, sunshine. Yes, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Huh? Yeah. What's that? Aren't those so fun? Thank you, sweet friend. Hi, sunshine. Me too. You're welcome. Hey! Hi! How did you get so big? I can't believe that. Been amazing. You're so welcome. Yeah, that's perfect. Grab a stick or two. Got two? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I got it. Yay, you're so welcome. Here you go, sunshine. You especially get space. You're so welcome. I love your sweatshirt. Beautiful. Pick one. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Perfect. Thank you. Hi. Thank you. No, my pleasure. Yay. There's a lot. There's actually like 300 in there. I love you.
No break.
Okay.
We decided to come twice, so
That's all
I'm
right.
getting one for
Would you
Sylvia,
guys,
I'm getting one for Sylvia.
that's great. And would you guys pop in and invite Yolanda and Mark?
Oh, yeah. First I thought you said fight.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you so much, Dawn.
Yes, good. You're welcome. Okay. Me too. All right, you guys. You're welcome. For you. for you. Big one. There you go. Ruth. You're welcome. Okay, great. Thank you. All right. All right. All right. Then I think I'll leave those down here in case somebody didn't come up and somebody needs one. So that was fun. What's that? Yes. Yeah, someone came for Jackie and took care of fellowship. So 2016, I was ordained in this sanctuary. Yeah, right? Like ordained as a unity minister. And when that happened, that could not have happened in any other place the way it did. Lawrence was here. Lawrence passed away since then. Lawrence was here. And Tony Boehm, who has been my unity mentor since I first began as minister, was here. And those two people I owe a great gratitude for being there for me, for supporting me through all of this. And this could not be a complete last day without speaking their names into this room. So I just want to honor both of them and what happened that day and how important it was. And I really want to thank our board. If you are here, board members, will you stand for a minute? Yeah. I left a card in your mailboxes, and in it is a little teeny pair of Unity, a little teeny pin that is Unity Wings. I don't think they make that pin anymore. If they do, it's rare to find. And I left them for you because you are holding the bridge between here and there. And that's really important. I want you bridged with the history. And those Unity Wings are really important to the history. Isn't this a cool jacket?
Yeah, way cool.
Okay, so Mark said to me this morning, "Oh, cool jacket. Is it new?" And I didn't answer him because I wanted to answer you guys, which is that I bought this jacket for the 100th anniversary when I got to be here and help you welcome David, and I have not worn it since. So I am wearing it today. I knew 6 months ago I would wear it today because I see your next 100 years. Because we are here holding a space between our first 100 years and the next 100 years. And it takes all of us together, every one of us, to make that happen. It is work in today's world. So be brave, take risks, do ministry and community in new ways. Stretch yourself. Let Reverend Tracy stretch you. Mark and I are so excited to be complete because we have other things we're doing. And I posted some of that because that was my deal with Patricia and with Luana when they asked me. My deal was I am not disappearing this time because a lot of times ministers do. You guys now have information. We're going to lead retreats. We've got some books coming out. We are well on our way to what is next for us. And I want you to be so happy for us that that is where we're going. Because we have waited 25 years to do this work together. And now our kids are grown up, and our kids are grown up. You're supposed to laugh. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, we really are enthused about what's ahead for us, and we're enthused about what's ahead for you. And I love you. And I cannot leave this place without thanking my sweetheart, without whom this would never have happened, ever. There is no way I would still be standing here had Mark not shown up Sunday after Sunday with me and fixed things and carried things and packed things and all of that. And I love you, my love, so, so much. So I'm going to turn this over to you. I'm going to sit down, and I just want to say thank you.
Wow. So I asked Ariana if she had a specific song that she'd like me to play, because I just felt moved to do that, and she asked for this song. And this song is actually really appropriate because Dave Carter wrote this song. I've played it here. It's been a while now. But Dave allegedly, it's a song about the creation of the world, which of course is every single creation myth that's out there is all starts with space, right? It's what it is. And then into that space, is breathed this extraordinary creation. The song is called The Gentle Arms of Eden. On a sleepy, endless ocean, when the world lay in a dream, there was rhythm in the splash and roll, but not a voice to sing. Then the moon shone on the breakers, and the morning warmed the waves, till a single cell did jump and hum with joy as though to say, this is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray through the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Then the day grew bright and rounder, and the one turned into two, and the two into 10,000 things, and old things into new. On some virgin beachhead, one lonesome critter crawled, and he looked about and shouted out in his most astonished drawl, this is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray through the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Soon all the sky was buzzing, and the ground was carpet green, and the wary children of the woods went dancing in between. And the people sang rejoicing when their fields were glad with grain, this song of celebration from their cities on the plain. This is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray through the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. La 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 la, la la, la la la, la 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 la, la la, la la, la la. Now there's smoke upon the harbor, and factories on the shore, and the world is ill with greed and will, and enterprise of war. but I will lay my burdens on the shoulders of your grace, and the shining beaches of your love, and the sea of your embrace. This is my home, this is my only home, this is the only sacred ground I have ever known. Should I stray through the dark night alone, rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden. Rock me, goddess, in the gentle arms of Eden.
Joe, you made my husband cry.
That's what I'm all about.
Job well done. Indeed. My favorite Joe U. Vegas song. My favorite. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am dying to know whether we bought 2 chickens and 5 goats or a heifer. What did we buy? I can't wait to find out. Come up and tell us. All right, young ladies. We're ready. What did we buy?
Families are going to get bees.
Show me your picture.
We got
She
bees.
drew a picture of.
Nice.
She drew a picture of
Wow.
bees. Yeah, and so we got $1,020. Yeah, and so I think you guys have been waiting to know like what we're actually getting. So we're getting we're getting a heifer. Yeah.
Nice.
We're sending a girl to school.
Yes.
We're getting a goat.
All right.
We're getting 2 sets of bees.
Cool.
And yeah, because get one, yeah.
Cool.
And we're also getting 2 flocks of chicks. So yeah,
Woo.
that's what we're getting. Yeah.
You guys did great. Can we?
Yeah. Thank you.
Real quick, I am tearing up, but this was an amazing thing that the Well-Beings, which is the name of our children's program, Cora and the other kids have just been amazing at gathering money, and thank you. This community came up with $1,000 for this. It's a lot. And all these families are going to be given that, plus they'll be able to share those things when they have babies and chicks and all those different things. So there's going to be a big impact because of your giving and because of these kids' work. And I wanted to give Cora and Reagan something it's actually from Santa Claus. And if you believe in Santa Claus, in my opinion, Santa Claus is a representative of the divine magic in the universe. And divine magic comes in all forms. And I would say the Well-Beings here, Cora, Reagan, and the other children, are definitely divine magic. Mm-hmm. So if you believe, then this is your bell, and that will always ring if you believe in the divine magic. Okay. Here you go.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Will you guys put that up on the bulletin board so people can take a look at your beautiful art? Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is so exciting. Good job, guys.
Merry Christmas.
There you go. All right. So, magic happens here regularly. We are changing the world, and we have changed the world many times for many people in the time that I've been here. Today, I'm going to ask an usher to do me a favor. If one of you would, and put after the offering, after we finish all of that, but before everybody leaves, take a small table and put the heart basket in the lobby, if you would, please. One of the last things I asked the board to do was to help fund a school in Nakivale, Uganda. We built that school. We built a building probably 5 or 6 years ago, and then the rain washed the building out, and then we paid for building new bricks and putting the school back together, and then they lost their teachers during COVID. And they now have teachers, and they are ready to start educating. Mark and I went to Uganda this year. Most of you by now know that we adopted a young man down there and are putting him through college. And so we went down and met him for the first time after 7, 8 years of working together. We met him for the first time January of last year. And so we know a lot about Nakivale. We know how many refugees are there. We know that these kids have nothing to do during the day if they don't have school, that they are wandering around in really not much. So school is really different down there. School isn't just about learning like we think. We send our kids here so that they can figure out what they're going to do for a living. In Nakivale, there is no future in the refugee camp. They can't get out of the refugee camp unless they're able to imagine something more. And it's a very different thing. That imagining has to start young, because when they're 12, 13, 14, they've already decided that they're living there the rest of their lives. They can't work there. It's very difficult unless you've got sponsorship to get into another place. But if we can get in the minds and hearts of little ones like that, like we just saw, we can give them a sense that there is something more for them. So one of the last things that I asked the board is if we could sponsor half of the fees for the teachers for 2026. That expense is $2,000. David Fine from the Christmas Tree Project has a partner, and they're going to cover the other half. They're going to figure that out for us. So I promise the board has committed to it one way or the other, but we agreed that we would ask you if you would pitch in. Whatever you pitch in will help us make sure that happens easily and fully, and we'll send the money down the beginning of January, and school will start before the end of January. And we are covering those teachers for more than half of the year. Together, we're covering teachers for all of next year. And that is a powerful, powerful, huge gift. So we're going to leave a basket out back for you to make a contribution as you are able and feel so drawn to do. And that, to me, feels like the most perfect and complete way to finish this time together. Right? Mike?
Will it be there next week?
Yes, if you can't do it today, it will be there next week. The board will take care of that. Patricia, I'll make sure that Yolanda knows, but if you would remind her next week. And thank you. Thank you, thank you. In the time that I have been here, we have helped many children. We have done hundreds and thousands, probably thousands of pounds of food for West Side Cares, water for people in the summer who didn't have water, gathered toiletries and personal products for women who wouldn't have had them. We have done so much. And the generosity of this community, and more importantly, the impact of this community is something that I invite you to stay with, to continue to have impact beyond these walls. You have already changed people's lives. Continue to do that. It's amazing what has happened here. As we go into our time of giving, I want to invite you to continue to support this community in a generous and beneficial way, to understand that your gifts are wisely used by our board and by our staff, that our budgets are monitored carefully, and that the money that is spent here with wisdom and care. So please continue to give generously and support this good work.
So this song came to me about 2 months ago. Jeanette, right? Jeanette, and who's sitting in the back row, dropped this into my hand, and I looked at it and I thought, well, I don't know if there'll ever be space for that song. And then suddenly, today there was. It's a Paul Martin song. In the silence, there is a sacred space, a secret meeting place. Love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow ends, God is there. In the silence, there is a golden light. It's peaceful and it's bright, and love is there. In the silence, I'm drawn into the light. I see a better life, no more doubt and fear. In the silence, in the silence, you live in light of gold, and all your dreams unfold, and love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow ends, and God is there. In the silence, there is a still small voice. It's giving me a choice between love and fear. In the silence, the streets are paved with gold, and no one's growing old, and God is there. God is there.
So we forgot to say our blessing. We're going to say it now.
Oh, that's right.
Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I'm going to turn this over to my sweet friend, Afra, and thank you again.
See, mother, midwife, doctor, bridge builder, mentor, sister. You've been so much to all of us, and thank you. And for those who couldn't make it here, those on Zoom, there's so much love for you. And I would like for us to bless Ariana, the Unity Blessing, and Mark. So if we could stand in our power, anchor in. Ariana and Mark, we bless you. We bless you. We appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Thank you.
Amen.
And for our ministerial affirmation, we've done the work. It has happened.
Yes! Yes, we have done
We
the
have
work.
done the work, and we are making that transition. And so we have modified our affirmation. So, if you will read this with me. In deep gratitude for, hold. Our past is right here. It should say, in deep gratitude for Reverend Ariana. Yes. So, and then we welcome our new minister, we're going to say Reverend Tracy. Okay? Because we are an affirming community. And as we speak it, it is done. So, instead of our past, we're going to say for Reverend Ariana. And then we're going to say, welcome, Reverend Tracy. Ready? In deep gratitude for Reverend Ariana, we embrace change with faith and enthusiasm. We will warmly welcome Reverend Tracy to Unity Spiritual Center in the Rockies with open hearts and joyful spirits. And so it is. And these gorgeous flowers are given by Debbie Flora. How appropriate. Flora giving flowers. For Reverend Ariana, we love you and we appreciate you. I wish there were more words to say that, but we do. We love you and we appreciate you, and so we're going to keep saying it over and over, and I'm open to other ways to say we love you and appreciate you. Okay, Unity News Board meeting has been canceled for December 18th. The board will resume meeting in January because they deserve a break. Thank you for your hard work this year. Happening this week, Metaphysical Group is meeting Thursday, December 18th at 6 p.m. in Fellowship Hall. The group discussed Please bring a picture and we will read the photo. See Steve Smith. Steve, are you here? Okay. Hi, Steve. See Steve Smith for more information. Sacred Women's Circle. New Moon Oracle Gathering. Ladies, join the group this Saturday, December 20th, from 1 to 3 p.m. in Fellowship Hall to celebrate December's new moon. You will set your intentions for the next 28-day moon cycle. Bring a snack to share. Tarot cards provided, or bring your own. $10 donation is suggested. See River, hi River, for more information. All right, there are holiday events happening because 'tis the season. Christmas karaoke, Sunday, December 21st from 11:45, that's right after service, to 1 p.m. in Fellowship Hall. Bring your voice and make a joyful noise. Christmas Eve candlelight service, Wednesday, December 24th, from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Doors will open at 5:30. Join us for an inspiring evening with Ofra Caraballo. The guest musicians and dessert and cider will be served in the foyer. Christmas potluck, ooh, my favorite. Thursday, on Christmas Day, after you've ravished all your packages and gifts and done your thing in the morning, please join us at 2 p.m. in Fellowship Hall. Join us for a great dinner. Ham and turkey will be served. The sign-up sheet to bring in your favorite sides will be in the hallway. And New Year's Eve burning bowl. It's that time of year to let it go, let it go. Join us Wednesday, December 31st from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Doors will open at 5:30. Join us for an inspiring evening with Reverend Christina Allen and Joe Uvega. No refreshments will be served. Get on with it. Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you, Afra.
And thank you, Tammy. And thank you to all you beautiful hearts and minds for your light and your love and for paving the way for Mark and Ariana to fly off into the next best thing. Thank you on Zoom for your love and support. Hello, I only see Penny's face, so hi, Penny. Wait, there's one more face. And if you guys on Zoom would please, in the chat, send some love and appreciation and well wishes to Reverend Ariana and Mark, that would be awesome. Yes. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Judith. And where's our prayer chaplain? Hi. I turn it over to Miss Charlotte.
Thank you, Afra. What a wonderful service. What a wonderful day. And again, we are so blessed over the past years to have Mark and Ariana with us. And thank you. I am your prayer chaplain serving today, and I will station myself in the meditation room after the service. And I welcome anyone who wishes to come and join me in prayer, whether you have a concern or you want to celebrate or bless, whatever it is. Also, I want to remind you that there is a box out in the foyer on the table out there where, if you wish, you may place a written prayer request. And those are collected and prayed over and then sent to Silent Unity to be prayed over for the next 30 days. Ariana's raising her hand. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So just so you know, in case you have an event request or a check request or something, send those through Yolanda. I will be signing those through the end of the month, so you are not stuck without that going on. So if you need to turn something in, please turn it in before the holidays. Anything other than that should go to Patricia or to Yolanda, and they will handle it, because I won't be answering email.
Did you get all that? Mm-hmm. Okay. If you have, Patricia.
I want to invite everyone back to Fellowship Hall. Get a huge cake that says farewell, Ariana and Mark. So please come and join us in the Fellowship Hall.
Okay. So would you please join me in our closing prayer? The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that present. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. So let's rise and join hands for the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, we are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let